Africa's economy is in the doldrums. Unemployment has jumped to an 11-year high. Businesses are battling to survive and many are shedding jobs. So what's to be done? We talk to Massmart chair now, Kuseni Dlamini. Mr. Dlamini, thank you so much for coming, joining us this morning. Thank you very much, Tony. It's great to be here. It's been a dire week when it comes to our economy, with the Stats SA coming out with horrible numbers as well. As Massmart, your numbers have not been the greatest of all. What do you think is happening in terms of in our economy? Why do you think you haven't been performing so well?
I think we need all hands on deck to get the economy to grow at sustained high rates of growth. And what we are seeing with the recent release of high unemployment figures by Stats SA, that's really reflects, Tony, how deep the challenges that we face are. And without us turning around the economy, I think we're going to be in serious trouble. The good thing is that we have what it takes to be able to implement the right structural reforms that can deliver short, medium to long-term growth for the South African economy. All what we need is really players in the private sector and in government working in a joined-up way to focus on the things that matter, do the right things to deliver the right results. And that's what's important. What are those things? In my view, it's really focusing on growth, focusing on labor-intensive areas of our economy, giving incentives to businesses to invest, really stimulating local and international investment, increasing investor confidence, both on the local and global front, and really adjusting to the fourth industrial revolution and also leveraging the potential of our small and medium enterprises.
You mentioned increasing investor confidence. When you look at the factional fighting that's taking place within the ANC at the present moment, the governing party, surely that has a negative effect on if you want to invest in South Africa right now. You Google South Africa, the first thing you see is, so many stories of the infighting within the ruling party.
We need the ruling party to move beyond Nasrec. I think some of the infighting seems to indicate that we still, even pre-Nasrec, or still at Nasrec, we are struggling to move beyond Nasrec. We need a unified governing party. We need a governing party that sings from the same hymn book, that has got a tangible sense of common purpose around prioritizing the national economic interest. The noise that we hear, the differing and conflicting messages that sometimes come out of the ruling party are unhelpful in terms of inspiring and reinforcing investor confidence, which we need in order to grow the economy.
Okay. As Massmart, of course, you're the owners of Macro and Game. You basically 40% of the local market for household appliance. You own that market, 40% of that market. What sort of interventions would you like to see within your area, within your market?
Yeah, I think from a retail perspective, what we need is consumer confidence. Well, we need more people to be employed, and we need more people to have more disposable income. And those things are all dependent on the robustness of the underlying economy, which is why the issue of economic growth is important, which is why the issue of growing investment is very, very important, because ultimately growth and investment are the gooses that lay the golden eggs.
Okay, so the president today, he's going to he's set to receive a report by the National Economic Development and Labour Council, NEDLAC, talking about the implementation of the framework agreement which was adopted last year, the Presidential Jobs Summit in October last year. What do you make of all of these interventions that the president has come in with? What's your take on President Cyril Ramaphosa so far when he comes to dealing with the economy, from the Jobs Summit to what's taking place at the present moment?
Yes, we had the Jobs Summit last year. We also had the Presidential Investment Summit. I think the president has done a good job in terms of putting the economy center stage on his agenda, and we need more of that. We need more execution around doing the things that are critical to turn the economy around. We need more turnaround of our state-owned companies that are systemically important to the rest of the economy. Without energy security, the economy cannot grow. Without water infrastructure, the economy cannot grow. Without ports and railways functioning optimally and efficiently and at world-class levels, we cannot be able to grow on a sustained level. So I think what the president is doing is the right thing to focus on the economy. We need all role players from the labor space, from civil society, from the private sector, and from government, and across all parties. We also need all political parties to unite around the issue of growth and depoliticize the economy, because we all stand to benefit if we get it right.
When you look at the jobless numbers that came out, the highest since in the last 11 years or so, you have to also ask the question: are we creating the right skills when it comes to our education system to fill the kind of jobs that we need, that need to be filled now in 2019?
Tony, the issue of skills is very important, especially in the context of the fourth industrial revolution. We need a massive reskilling program to reskill and repurpose old workers. But we also need to look at our curriculum for the young workers so that we train them for jobs that will be there when they finish studying. There is a massive shift globally in the labor market. We also need to shift our paradigm from seeing the fourth industrial revolution as a problem or as a threat to jobs, but see it as an opportunity for us to create new jobs that will absorb the jobs that are being displaced. The existing jobs will be displaced, but there's massive opportunity to create millions of new jobs to absorb the people that will be displaced.
Okay, just lastly, Chairman, you were talking about you need the intervention of all parties, private and public as well. What are you as Massmart doing?
We are engaged in terms of partnering with government, with the development finance institutions, with private sector players to drive growth, to open up our supply chain to small and medium enterprises. We have supported over 20 South African-owned, black-owned companies that supply into our stores, and we are very much prepared to also assist some of them to export to the rest of the Massmart and Walmart organization. And this is something that excites me, because there's so much potential for us to leverage the potential of the small and medium enterprises. Because in most economies, Tony, as you know, small and medium enterprises are the largest job creators.
100%. Chairman, I can see you're excited about that particular point. Thank you so much
Thanks
for joining
indeed.
me this morning.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Stuff. That's Massmart Chairman Kuseni Dlamini just talking about the economy in general. All right, let's take a look.